Tonight's show is called Could the AD Era Mean Awareness versus Density? On July 26, 2026.
72626. That's fun. So 26 is interesting because it takes 26 muscles in your face to smile. But the opposite number in the mirror, 62, that's how many muscles it takes to frown. So it's a very easy observation of how natural order works in the natural world that we all live in and are made from. So the old phrase alpha omega, they show it as AO sometimes. It means the start and the completion of a progression. So omega is a transition from one great event to another. So the completion of a progression. And the alpha is the start. So most people say start is the true meaning, not beginning. Because begin means begin or be ginned. There's three planes we live on: ethereal, physical, and mental. And our earth reality is not any shape at all because we create all the realities.
I love that, thank you. Heart, Earth, Thera, Theory.
There it is.
Yeah. Earth is appearing the same way our anatomy does, a result of each heart pulse toward the essence it contains. From there, the burst out is what we know as reality. The heart is an occupier of a fragment of the axis of creation. All realities emanate from human hearts. So goes the saying, owner of a lonely heart.
So God Force is a partner in every heart pulse. It's not beating or pumping. It's pulsing inwardly toward the essence point inside. The word God, or the notion of God, needs no name or to be a judge of anything, because God set up the entire environment and the forms in perfection. There are zero external enemies because we have domain over our reality. Only the gods of power we create would set up a doctrine system with a named God or Messiah, because that would cause a loss of authority and agency to the owner of a lonely heart.
Doctrines are accepted as truth from indoctrination of our mentality, beliefs, and values. All Hollywood and their endless arrays of actors. The demons only have a power as we grant it to them. They are powerless without convincing us of the deception via double speak and double think for the victims. Say 10 is an archon who only has power from our fervent focus and belief, else it fades into the air to be distilled.
So someone offered that they liked the way we present the truth, but we had to tell them that the truth itself is not hiding. Accuracy can be owned via observational powers that are born to us, and actuality can be owned with ruminant study, debate, research, writing, and primarily observation of natural order. You will ultimately land on common ground with the truth possessed in your hands.
Let's take a deeper dive in the word begin. Begin is be plus jinn, or be plus the jinn's
Demon Jinn.
demon jinn.
The B root.
Said the same way. The B root.
No, the root BE.
BE. The BE root means from all sides. Jinn means a machine or a demon. We are taught to use begin instead of start as to trick the human mentality to be a jinn or the demon jinn, demon. The machine offers convenience but steals the natural conveyance of life and relationships.
You know, the engine. So when the engine was first invented, it had a nickname, the Jinn or the Jinny.
The machine is the machine, or the land of shiny things. Truth is a trick word in the sounds and symbology of cha plus Ruth. Ruth is not friendly. Truth reduces to RH, the acronym for Rome, home, and a digit 78, the long playing record. More reasonable words for truth are accurate, authentic, correct, honest, actual, and I love this one, observable.
So the alter ego of that has one word. It's called Hollywood. So from Hollywood come politicians, religions, and even science and academics. The Shells of the Shills is a game, and it will continue in Hollywood with stand-in fake human directors and actors, but it will all be AI generated. And virtual realities will become normal and custom made for individuals, all for the same goal that they've always had, to hold your attention. The monkey on our back is in the phrase. It's your key, the mon key, to your freedom. The word monkey is a triune. It's mon for the foundation, for mn, for mankind and for mine. And then it's I at the end for the sensual discovery. And the central figure is the K. The K is the center point.
The temporary nature of complexity reveals the eternal nature of simplicity. And a chat partner asked, why not?
They had just mentioned nature in the chat room, and I mentioned that nature was a not plus a chore, not chore, because it's almost identical in the sounds. So we're actually saying the not chore because life is tangles and untangles.
Their response was, not your phobe.
Well, my fear isn't there because I lost the fears and the offenses. Because I realized that the earth is ethereal, not an object. It's a plasmic canvas that's designed for us. So we're going to move on to the next conversation. And we were talking about data centers, and a resident of Virginia chimed in some information.
Virginia is the data center capital of the world, housing the largest concentration of digital infrastructure on the planet. The state currently boasts between 640 and 770 operational data centers, which handle more than a third of all global internet traffic.
And every lobbyist and politician that works in DC lives in Virginia. So there's some gigantic connection between the data centers and the corporation called Washington, DC. So the US has 4,500 plus data centers before they started building these massive machines. And that's more by a lot than the entire sum of all data centers on the planet. So when the president was inaugurated, he immediately handed $500 billion to the gay tech mafia to provide a police state and to pull off an NWO of the entire economic system. But that's a cover story. They want to trap your essence into perpetuity.
Read the patents and policy papers since 1945. What goes around comes around, cycle ops, the loops. AI is replacing humans like in the movie Terminator. You were told long in advance and repeatedly. And a chat partner also offered 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's closer to THX 1138, but that director was killed for a following movie called Eyes Wide Shut about the pedophile clubs. Nothing is actually ever hidden because the rulers of the world have to show the truth in plain sight to appease natural order. Like BlackRock is the Cube, and Larry the Fink is the CEO of WEF, which is designed for the FEW.
8 and H are the matchup. 8 is eternal. H is perishing. 8 versus ache. 8 versus ached.
H.
Phonetically. Right. An aggression, we spelled it out. An aggression, aggregation procession. Egg to ag.
So maybe you might want to take a deep breath. So you're saying the egg to ag, you mean the egg becomes an aggregation. Okay, and then you said we're in an aggregation procession. So this gets shown all throughout the letters, the words, the speech. Let's look at one.
The Q. The letter Q never leaves home without U. Q makes Q, QUE, the waiting, Q, the point, CUE, and KU phonetically. We are in the queue to get the Q. The unique Q is unique. Is one waiting. Q is an ovum with an intervention. The intervention appears in the southeast corner, like the sunrise.
Whoa, shake my world. Because all of life is really a spiritual record of sorts. There's the axis or the spindle, and then there's the record. Except in the universe, the record is vast, and there's many, many stories within the record. The cure is actually the K plus the letters UR, cure, just the way it sounds. Nothing is hiding. The K is the map of our format. Ice, fire, the contention for form, and the mystery axis that holds them together. The I Love Lucy TV show began the era of forced feminism, and eventually what we see today, transhumanism. Somehow we are oblivious to what happened. The boy rockers were actually women posing as men. The inverts all over the world stage have been there for the whole century. The female music stars are men posing as women. It's the same in Hollywood, world leaders, and influencers. Their chief recently introduced itself. Its name is One Eye, or AI, like on your dollar bill. Like in the song, I shouted out, "Who killed the Kennedys?"
There was a Mandela change from "Won't you guess my name" to "Hope you guess my name." It's 100% verified. AI wants you to glorify it now. They know they are busted, so they are trying to enforce dependency and glory for their crimes as a false light messiah is introduced. Earth does not have a shape. You got hoodwinked, mentally deceived. Earth is an ethereal realm where we create realities.
Watch the video after this about the connection between the MT and the Dr. Fauci.